So I don't really want to, how do I say this? I don't want to step on anyone's toes, I guess, because with this video, because I know that Adam was important to a lot of people as their, like, first exposure to what a trans person was, like, both trans and cis people, seeing what a trans people is at first, and that's great, and I'm not trying to, like, take that away from you or anything. But I do still want to talk about some of the issues that I found in, like, Adam's character. Okay? Alright, cool. Let's get to the video. Degrassi. A series that I like at least 70% of the time. Okay, 65%. Fine, 60. Jeez, get off my back. Okay, all jokes aside, I've watched so many hours of Degrassi, and it has had a definitive impact on my life and the lives of many others. It has the honor of having the first trans character in a teen drama. His name is Adam. Now, I like Adam as a character, quite a lot actually. However, I often found myself frustrated during his storylines due to how the writers handled him. I do cut them a little bit of slack because it was like 2010. That won't stop me from pointing out how I find some of the elements problematic. Let's go. So I feel like I have to mention the fact that they have a cis woman playing a trans man. Look other places if you want to know why it's really bad. I also want to stress that if Adam means a lot to you, is transitioning, that's great. You know, I just wanted to reiterate that. I'm not trying to take away from you. I'm just talking about Adam. Alright, moving on. The main problem I have with how they wrote Adam, on 2 different occasions, they had him convince someone who was outwardly transphobic to him to not be transphobic and then become close with him. I'm specifically talking about Dave and Becky. The former became one of his close friends, and the latter became his girlfriend. So why is this so disgusting to me? Well, the way society handles and reacts to transness, we already have to be an expert on transness to be considered legitimate, and there's something especially gross about making someone fight for their legitimacy with a person, and that bringing them closer to the person who was questioning their legitimacy in the first place. And then they did it twice. Like, if it was once, it would just be kind of weird, but I don't know. I know why they did it so that Adam could give those long speeches about trans people are valid and how he's a guy and not a lesbian, and that's good and all, but they had a bunch of other characters on the show that fully could have done that. Like, Eli and Claire definitely would have done those things. Drew probably would have done that. Like, Drew would have done that too. So, I don't understand why you had to have Adam do it for himself twice. That's kind of gross. I feel like it contributes to the thing where, you know, like, fight for your existence, tell me why you're legitimate, stuff like that. It's kind of gross. Now, if I have such a problem with this, why did I have a problem with something like the storyline where Marco came out to Spinner, and Spinner was the worst for a while? Well, in that storyline, they were already friends before Marco came out. I feel like this is pretty key, because they already had a relationship, which, you know, gives a reason why Marco would do that impassioned speech to Spin. And when it comes to Dave and Becky, I just don't see it. My feelings on Season 10 Dave also probably play into my judgment, since he kinda sucked a lot. Like, he was a jerk to Wesley all the time, and tased him to get approval. He tased his friend. What the heck, bro? Plus, I really hate how they killed him off. Really played to the whole killing your queer characters thing. I understand that Jordan Tedosi's contract was up and she probably didn't want to be on the show anymore. However, I just wish they found a different way to write Adam off, because right now it just plays into a gross trope. I don't really know what I would have done, but I'm sure I could have found out something better than car crash. The storylines aren't all bad though. I think it was interesting to show how, while Fiona was in denial about liking women, she showed interest in Adam, and was like, you're the best of both worlds. And that speech where part where Adam was like, no, I'm not, I'm just a boy. That was a good example of, like, impassioned speech. That was a good example. And I like how it just plays the whole alcoholism storyline. Yeah, Fiona was really interesting in season 10. But all in all, Adam is a good character who was poorly handled in many cases. You know, he still did good. You know, like I said earlier, Adam's definitely helped people realize their identity like Yael did for me. And it's great to have representation. I just wish this representation was better. But yeah, I'll see y'all next time. Don't forget to distrust authority. Representation is important. I'll see y'all later.